This reaction is brought to you by my $5 or more supporters at coffee.com/Alex Haitz. I'd like to thank Andreas Glasel, Steph Newtown, Mark Ventura, Cole Alexander, Ben Thrifty, Finbar, Jag, Isidro Perez, Jamie Mack, To Have and Have Not, and Logan for sponsoring this video, supporting me, my family, the channel. I appreciate it immensely, and I hope you all enjoy this reaction. Happy New Year, one and all. Welcome to 2025, the year of our Lord. I hope you're all doing well. Hope you had a nice holiday. I've been sick all year. I got to make the one New Year's joke. Yeah, I've had either like a sinus infection or some kind of weird, I don't know, thing going on. Literally for like the last 10 days. It's been very unpleasant, and I hope that it clears up soon. Some mild cold symptoms, so my throat's a little strange, so I apologize for any kind of weird vocal inflections here, but I'm feeling okay to do a reaction, and we're trucking forward with Nirvana. I was supposed to be doing a poll album between In Utero and then this compilation, and I completely forgot about it, so I'm just moving it to the end of Nirvana, and we'll do it between MTV Unplugged and before we start in on Slow Dive. So that's the plan there. But yeah, we're trucking forward, continuing on with some extra Nirvana content today. For those who don't know, I do unedited reactions on my coffee page, coffee.com/Alex Haitz. For $5 a month, you can access unedited reactions from Modest Mouse going forward. That's April of 2021 that I began doing unedited album reactions. I might be over 100 at this point. But for $5 a month, you can access the whole back catalog of unedited reactions I've done for the last 4 years. You can also hop in at the $1 per month level, get access to voting in polls that we do every 2 to 4 albums. Breaks up the monotony of going through like a full artist discography deep dive. We get to just interject random miscellaneous albums into the mix. So if you'd like to support the channel and also interact with the channel, go check out the coffee page. Also got to shout out NordVPN, link in the description for that. Fantastic VPN with great speeds, great prices. They reached out to me a while ago asking if I wanted to do an affiliate link for my YouTube content. And I'm like, sure, I've been using them for years. One of my favorite VPNs, very reasonably priced. So if you're in need of one, for whatever reason, go check them out in the description. Sticide. How much do I say the word? Like, will YouTube like auto detect that I've said it too much? It's also kind of a hard album to look up in some places because like the word is banned. So it's like, thanks, Kurt. You had to be edgy. You had to be difficult. Anyway, this album is a compilation of various, there's like 3 unreleased tracks. There's alternate versions. And then there's some like other B-sides and things like that. And you know, it made me realize something. Like we have and My Bloody Valentine's EPs 1988 to 1991. And then you have this compilation of content released from 88 to 91. So they did the same thing too. Yeah, so we got technically 15 tracks here. I'm only doing 14 because we've already heard Downer in the Bleach video. So I will be skipping that one here. But I'll try to go through like each one individually and kind of like talk about where it came from, just so I kind of have a frame of reference. Because when it comes to compilations, usually they don't like, except for like building something out of nothing, which I think almost feels like it could be its own album. Most compilations I've heard don't have like a cohesive feel or vibe or structure. They just literally do feel like a compilation of individual tracks, much in the way that, you know, like before the Beatles, before concept albums, people were just throwing together pop standards and putting them on a disc, and it's like, look, there's 20 tracks instead of 15. You get to hear more Frank Sinatra. So I'm gonna kind of, you know, you judge it based on what it is, and this is a compilation. So yeah, I don't really have a whole lot to add here. I am in the process of doing my big backlog of follow-ups, so I haven't done any follow-ups for previous Nirvana albums. As of right now, I'd probably rank Nevermind my favorite. Just below that is In Utero, and then below that is Bleach, which is probably not a surprise to all you guys. I think In Utero is a bit more abrasive, and I think people kind of see it as maybe a bit more artistic because it doesn't have that as much of a mainstream pop appeal as Nevermind does. I don't know if it's a better album or not. I kind of have to let time tell on that one as it soaks in my soul. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and dive right on in with the first track, Dive. So this was a single. It's the B-side to Sliver that was released in 1990 between Bleach and Nevermind, I believe. And so these will be the first two tracks. Interesting that it starts with the B-side and then we do the A-side. So anyway, here's Dive. Very much of the Bleach era, the repetitive like post-hardcore guitar riffs. Really interesting kind of like feedback reverb thing going on there too. There's like a lot of room in the mix, which is interesting. Yeah, I mean that falls right in line with a lot of the Bleach stuff. It could have been on Bleach and it wouldn't have missed a step really. It's better than some of the other tracks on there actually, like half the tracks. Not bad. Not bad. Nothing like amazingly notable to me, but like I don't know. There's only so much you can say about these genres that I don't know, don't necessarily have a lot of like showiness in the actual instrumentation. It's more of like a taking the whole package as what it is sort of situation. All right, Sliver possibly has the most looking at the lyrics, the most wholesome lyrics of any Nirvana song. Well, well, well. That was entertaining. I liked the power pop thing going on there. It's also just very quick. Got in, get out. It's really funny. I was talking with my brother-in-law, Travis. If you're watching, I'm going to mention this. We were talking about this during a New Year's Eve party, and I mentioned that I still had to do this compilation because we were talking about Nirvana. It's like I have this compilation, then I also have to do the unplugged performance, and was talking about what was on this compilation. And I said, I think it has like a, what's it called, Sliver? He's like, isn't it Silver? I was like, I think it's Sliver. And apparently, Kurt says, where is it? I had a feeling if I called it Sliver, most people would call it Silver. The song was given an intentionally confusing title. I was like, there you go. He did what he set out to do, apparently. Interesting. I don't really know like why that exists. Apparently he just wanted to make like a really straightforward song, like a straightforward pop song in order to prepare people for the next album. So I guess that makes sense. I guess it fits. Interesting. Anyway, Stain, what is this from? Stain is on the Blue EP, BLEW, in 1989, so maybe more akin to a Bleach. Let's check this out. So what's interesting is I listened to the, oh gosh, what was it? It was the like 30th, 35th anniversary remaster of Bleach. Let me look. Maybe from 2016, perhaps. I'm not 100% sure. Or maybe it was the 20th anniversary. And I don't know if you guys remember, I commented like there was like a thickness and like a closeness and an immediacy to the mix that I was very surprised by. Like for a post-hardcore, usually the production and mixing on post-hardcore songs they're not very like rocky. It's like much more like mids and highs, and like the lows just aren't as there. It's more of like room mics. It's mixed kind of quietly, and like that was this, but it was like from the same sessions with Jack and Dino that they did like Bleach with. So did the original Bleach sound more akin to this? Because like the Bleach that I listened to was like, it was up front and in your face way more than I'm used to with post-hardcore mixing. So I don't know if that's a thing. I prefer that latter, more immediate mixing better. I don't know. Maybe it's like, even if you crank this, it's just like, it's too like tinny and it like hurts your ears. But I'm also like, I'm just still impressed that Kurt is able to do very simple post-hardcore riffs pretty well. They don't get super monotonous to listen to, unlike other types of riffs I've heard before. So that's a commendment. Also, like, you know, he's a stain. There's the negative creep. All these interesting ways of describing yourself, like a scabby Band-Aid. Did he ever call himself a scabby Band-Aid? Been a Son. This is an alternate version. I apologize. An alternate version of the one that's on the Blue EP from '89. This is a '91 live performance in the BBC Radio 1 studio. So let's go. Oh, Mark Goodyear. Why should she have been a son? Because it's just better to be a guy? I don't know. Interesting that they were like toying with like, I don't want to necessarily say more poppy stuff, but like it definitely leans closer in that direction. Borderline like pop punk. Which, like, not counting the 70s stuff, like Buzzcocks and whatever, which was like a proto-pop punk. Kind of interesting that Nirvana is toying with it, like, before it kind of exploded in 94. So, interesting. Not bad. Okay, Turnaround. What is this? This is a Devo cover. A Devo song. It's the B-side to Whip It. I wonder if I've heard Turnaround. I don't know. But this is it was released on a EP in 92. And they were recorded in 90. So between Bleach and Nevermind. My gosh. Very entertaining to hear them cover like new wave Zolo stuff. And also like so strange like their influences because like the only one that makes sense to me is REM, but like when you look at the other things, like Kurt loved so many different types of things that you're just surprised that he like made this like very specific type of sound and largely stayed within it. This like whole grunge thing. And like wasn't super like experimental in a lot of other different directions, you know. That's surprising. But was that the bass? The bass riff? Or was that a guitar riff? I can't tell. The was like chunky. Great. Cool. Okay. Next one is Molly's Lips. This is a Vaseline's cover, as is Son of a Gun. Now, I don't know if I know the Vaselines. Scottish band. Let's listen. Interesting. So yeah, the Vaselines were like I wouldn't say short-lived. They kind of existed in the late 80s and have sort of made a comeback, like 2010s. But yeah, so like EPs from 87 and 88, Twee Pop, C86 kind of stuff. Interesting, because it's like he just takes what he likes and just turns it into grunge. That's what he does. It's fun, energetic, twee pop kind of post-punk stuff, you know? Just and then Son of a Gun, more of the same probably. Let's go. That's fun. It's a bop. I enjoy it. I mean, I don't have a whole lot to say. It's like I'm getting more pop content off of this compilation than I was anticipating. It's actually kind of surprising. People said that I would maybe like some tracks off of this better than off of the main studio albums, and I could see that kind of being the case. Granted, these are like more covers, which changes it a little bit, but this is definitely way more palatable than some of the darker stuff. Or I shouldn't say darker, but like intense, angry, extreme kind of stuff, which I'm just kind of like, doesn't go down as well, even though I can appreciate it just fine. So, New Wave Polly. This is a hard rock version of the track from Nevermind. This was recorded in another BBC Radio 1 live studio session. So interested to see how this sounds with a different kind of atmosphere to it.
Say
So I do think the song works well with more like rock instrumentation, but speeding it up almost makes it too busy. Especially like with, because it is more melodic, and like singing that melody and those lyrics with that meter like quicker just feels more jumbled, I guess. I don't know, not bad. Not bad. There's elements of it I like, but I think the other one is superior. Beeswax. This is something from a Kill Rock Stars 91 compilation. And maybe it's a little bit more of like a no wave kind of track. And the lyrics look insane. Let's go. Okay. Sometimes they just want to break loose and just have those like, insane high lyrics that just like come from your brain, just direct Dadaism, just purely expresses the world around you. I don't know. It was fun. The riff was, twisted and weird, and then the vocal delivery was entertaining. I don't know. It's tracks like that where I'm like, I probably won't listen to it again, but I had a great time listening to it that one time. So anyway, yeah, skipping downer, and now we're going to Mexican seafood, which is from some 89 compilation here. So let's go. Well, the melodic motifs were very beautiful, and I liked the kind of like call and response that was happening, within the lyrical motifs of like, it's like when you do consume something, and then it's like, oh no, but then it's like you're gonna throw up, and then it's oatmeal pizza, and then like, oh man, it hurts when you pee. I can relate, man. I can relate. What a beautiful track. What a beautiful track. I am moving right along. Hairspray Queen. This and the next two tracks are previously unreleased. Don't know when they were recorded. I, I don't know, something about it, you know. It's just kind of like it's like he he's he's having fun. You can tell he's having fun. There's something going on there, man. I don't know. It's just like it's the weird bass going on in there. I don't have a whole lot to say. It was fun. Aero Zeppelin. Funny that they tried to make what they called like a 70s masturbatory rock song in the vein of like Aerosmith or Led Zeppelin. And it actually ended up like without any originality at all. It's like, hey, there's actually some good riffs in there, man. Towards the end, and like the verses were nuts too. Solid. These last couple have actually been really interesting, surprisingly. Like, surprising that they're not on like anything else and they were just kind of unreleased. But The Big Long Now. Cool. I mean, it felt way longer than it was. It was only 5 minutes long. But just like the dissonant riffs and like that vocal melody over the top is just so ugly, and it's like so uncomfortable. I'm always amazed when songwriters are able to achieve such tension in music. It's really fascinating. And that's why like a lot of no wave is actually very compelling to me. I think it's really cool. It's just like it's not really what I go to music for. I don't know. I don't if I want to be challenged, I'll watch like, Satan Tango or something. Anyway, nice. The three unreleased tracks were pretty strong actually. Some of my favorites on here. So, closing everything out with Aneurysm. This is was originally a B-side on the Smells Like Teen Spirit single. And then this is also a live BBC Radio 1 session version of it. So let's go. Yeah, who cares? Oh, that was cool. I could definitely see that being in that vein, in the what would you call it, the Nevermind vein near 91. Um, Repetitive riff, but it's not like super dark or chunky. It's got a little bit more of that Nevermind appeal on it. Not bad, not bad, pretty strong. So, as far as this whole compilation goes, I think it's quite good. I think it has, because it seems to sort of, it's not just like little selections here and there, just like haphazardly thrown in to make money. It feels like it's got some kind of like sense of personality to it, which, like I said at the beginning of the video, I never expect a compilation to have it, but when it does, it's a nice surprise. And I feel like this does. It's got some weird oddball pop covers. It's got the 3 unreleased tracks that are pretty daring. Hairspray Queen is pretty experimental. Ending on Aneurysm, starting on Dive, I think makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I never was a huge fan of Downer, so that's probably the weakest track that would be on this compilation. Mexican Seafood's wild and crazy. Yeah, I mean, everything here is notable in one way or another, which is pretty cool. Like, there's tracks on Bleach that I just kind of have, like, forgotten about because they were, like, not that they had no redeeming qualities, but, like, they didn't really stand on their own 2 feet super strongly on their own. They contributed to the album vibe, but whatever. So, anyway, yeah, Incesticide, very nice. I said the word. Hopefully YouTube doesn't get mad at me. Strong compilation. It has personality. It has its own atmosphere. And a really interesting collection of tracks as well. So, yeah, this prepares us for the MTV Unplugged reaction, which will be coming next. I believe the people have voted in the poll and say that they want me to include the video on the YouTube version, even though there'll be like 7-second edits. So that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to include the video. Hopefully that doesn't like complicate the edit at all as far as like copyright goes. Well, it'll be the first time we've ever done anything like this. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, eager to close things out with MTV Unplugged coming up next. Okay, everybody. That's all we got for today. We did the album. It was nice. Eager to be done with Nirvana. It's been really cool to finally go through it, but it's dark stuff, and I'm ready for cozy, comfy, slow dive in the winter. You know, that's going to be nice. So anyway, that's all I got. Things to plug yet again. Coffee.com/AlexHeitz. $5 a month, access to unedited reactions, of which this is one. All the Nirvana albums are on there. And then also, $1 a month gets you access to voting in the polls that we do every 2 to 4 albums. Also got to plug the Discord, link in the description for that. Got about 150 members over on my Discord server. I will post like when I go live for live streams, when I go live on Twitch, I'll post like unlisted access to reactions early, stuff like that. We just chat and talk about, you know, music and Topster charts and memes and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to join the community of this guy, that's where you would do it. All right, I'm done. Too much talking. My voice is getting all deep, and it's gonna start cracking soon. So I need to be careful. You know. That's all I got. I don't have a whole lot to add. Got a bunch of Boards of Canada EP live streams coming up. We're doing Imaginal Disc this month as well. So lots of stuff to look forward to. Also gonna finish out the donation streams, gonna probably maybe go up to stream 30 and then call it good for the winter/spring. So that's what's on the horizon. We're kicking up into 2025, going high gear and stuff. Anyway, that's all I got. Hope you're all doing well. Till next time, take care, fare thee well, and Godspeed.